Hey YouTube, this is Alex with Relaxing Listed. In today's video, I'm going to go over all the items I carry every day in a small bag that I carry on my person most days in most situations that make it relevant. It's nice. These include items that are nice to have on hand for everyday problems, and in some cases, the absolute worst case scenario that we never want to find ourselves in. Don't want to be ready for. So I carry all these items in a bag just like this. This is from Duluth Pack. It is a canvas bag. It has a single strap like so, a clip for easy removal. I have a large zipper pocket, about the same outline, size of the outline of the bag. I also have a small front pocket, that for small items. It also has a bungee cord to either expand or to compress the package as needed, whatever the case may be. Now, some people may use a fanny pack or a small backpack or even a purse for some of these items. However, I go with this because this is large enough to be able to carry things that I can't carry in my pockets without being overly cumbersome, but at the same time being small enough that I can throw it over my shoulder and almost forget about it, where even like a duffel bag or a backpack will be too cumbersome to carry in the event of emergency, or if I need to move somewhere quickly, but I also want to make sure I don't lose several vital items. This is a nice compromise for that purpose. So in this bag, I include several items, starting with a first aid kit. This is a first aid kit that was provided by my company, and I'm not going to go over the items in this first aid kit, but I was mentioned that I have used several of the items included in here, from band-aids to scissors to bandages that have come in handy not for myself, but for my girlfriend as well, in everyday kind of injuries like small cuts and things. So definitely recommend having one of those in a similar container. To kind of in tandem with that, I also have a Sharpie and a tourniquet. A Sharpie for being able to write on a patient, like the time, the fact that you actually apply a tourniquet like a TK or a TQ, and then the tourniquet itself, which applied properly, will save lives. This is for scenarios we have severe bleeding or such bad trauma that if this is not applied, this person can die. You can bleed out and die. Get a bunch of these. Carry them on you, keep them around the house, keep them where you need to, and that way, in case if anyone ever has a bad bleeding, you can apply this and save their life. Good to have. Next, I have a small bottle of sunblock. I think if I ever see in person, there were times I found it a little more sunnier than I expected, and applying this, I can minimize that sunburn that could eventually follow without it. Tandem with that, I have a small bottle of DEET, which applied in small amounts keeps the mosquitoes away when they're especially problemsome, and in small amounts does the job just fine. Next, I have a small bottle of hand sanitizer, good for sanitation, and if you've seen my previous video, in tandem with some of those items, I can start a fire much easier than with those items alone. It goes a little bit further for fire starting and just good sanitation. Also, I have a small bottle of ibuprofen. Doesn't cover every single illness you may experience day to day, but it at least will take away that chronic pain you may experience from a bad cold, a flu, even like if someone gets badly burned. This can definitely make that whole experience much better before you go to the doctor, or in any case, or I go to the doctor, or something similar, same position. Next, I have 2 Nutrigrain bars, and for in the case where food's not really available, like a snack, or just something that at least fills my belly to get through the night. Normally, sometimes I don't carry Nutrigrain bars. Sometimes I'll have like tuna in a bag. It's non-perishable, very flexible, but also is calorie dense, protein dense, and very filling in a situation where you need a lot of calories, a lot of protein, just a lot of energy in general. I like tuna. It doesn't have to be tuna. Maybe like peanut butter cups, something you guys can do. Maybe go that route. Next item I carry is a small disposable poncho. I've tested this poncho. It does the job when it is raining. And the nice thing about a poncho is that it can cover other parts, it can cover large parts of your clothing. Say if you're wearing a large jacket, it'll fit over your jacket or backpack, or in my case, it'll go over my sling and other items, and you can dry in that scenario. And being a poncho, it can also be used as a temporary emergency shelter in the event you find yourself in the downpouring rain for the night, or it's really cold out. This can be used as a shelter just for you, so you at least stay dry, maybe block the wind a little bit in that scenario. The next item is a small notebook and a pen. Now, I'm just using this as a kind of a prop. Normally I wouldn't carry this specific notebook. Ideally I'd have like a Write in the Rain, which are like wax tipped pages, and also a small mechanical or wooden pencil, which can write in any weather and on any wet surface, and is also much cheaper to replace or to get more in the event I break the pencil or lose the pencil. That's much easier to find than, say, a nice waterproof pen. It'd be nice to have, but I'm kind of worried about losing a very expensive pen, even in those kind of situations. But there are times you just need to write stuff down, take notes, doodle, write down your thoughts. It's nice to have on hand at all times at the ready. Next, I have a package of wet wipes, good for like the air baths, when you clean your hands and your hand sanitizer won't do enough. This can clean your hands. You can use it as an impromptu fire starter, as well as in a pinch. No judgments if you guys do this. That you can use as toilet paper in an event where you're in that situation. It's better to have it and not need it than it'd be essential, and it's just not an option in that situation. So that's why I carry that in that small bag dedicated. Next, I have a small roll of Gorilla Tape, like duct tape. However, it's a little stronger glue. This is only 1 inch wide, so it's a little smaller than your standard roll. But as you guys know, there are almost infinite uses to means as a repair option and as a solution to multiple problems that can arise. So I have a small roll for those situations. Next, I have a small pair of earplugs on a cord, so they're easy to nail together, and at least have a protector for both ears. And in case if I were to have just like the foam plugs, I could lose one, kind of useless because one ear still gets affected. But those, it's nice to have when you're trying to sleep in a situation where the environment won't allow you to do so. And it's also good, good I suppose, if I'm going to the range and I forget my earmuffs, at least I have something that's a little more cleaner than borrowing a pair from the range. And speaking of the range, my last item I carry in that little sling, little backpack, this is a little unloaded for the video for demonstration. This is a extended magazine for my everyday carry pistol. It has a little bit more capacity, and so if I'm facing the worst day of my life, I'm in a situation where I have to deal with a threat. I have additional ammunition to deal with that threat, but more relevantly, if there's a malfunction with the magazine that's already in my pistol at the moment, I can drop that magazine, load this in, tap it, rack the slide, and hopefully this solves a problem in the worst case scenario. And that's why it also provides a little better grip on the pistol to boot in that situation. Not ideal, never want to be in that situation, but in the event I am, that is an option. That said, those are the items that I carry in that little sling bag on a daily basis. Now, if you have any critiques of that, please leave a comment down below. I try to keep it small and lightweight, so that way it's not so cumbersome throughout my day that I'm not going to be wearing it, I'm not going to have it on hand. That's it. If I need to maybe upgrade some equipment, maybe add some equipment that maybe you can be more prepared throughout the day, please leave a comment down below. What do you guys carry in your purse, in your fanny pack, in your small backpack on a daily basis to be prepared in general for the surprises that life may throw at you? Please leave a comment down below and start a conversation possibly. That said, this has been Alex with Rest and Relax, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.